roughly 5 a.m., John Bino said his final love you to his beloved high school sweetheart. At the age of 50, his life was cut short due to the pandemic taking this world by storm, COVID-19. After losing one of our closest family friends, our family experienced immense grief and loss. This is what hundreds of thousands of people are experiencing due to the coronavirus. Mr. Bino was a man who brought laughter when others were feeling sorrow. He was the person who lit up the room. He isn't the only one, though, that can bring light into dark situations. People from across the world are coming hand in hand to uplift others.
One of the most important things we can be doing right now is uplifting others, especially those fighting on the front lines. My mom, Jen, opened her dream business, a coffee shop, in August of 2019. Not even 6 months later, she was forced to close the lobby and remain open only through drive-thru and curbside pickup. The sheer panic that I saw in her eyes is something I will never forget. Yet instead of letting this stop her, she began offering those who work in the healthcare field free beverages, bakery, and lunch items. Seeing my mom take her loss and turn it into someone else's gain fed the selflessness in a lot of our customers as they began donating to our Pay It Forward card. While each and every individual is being affected by this pandemic, seeing others uplift one another and seeing the look on those workers' faces when I tell them their order is on us today is what's getting myself and many others through it. To help each other through this difficult time of COVID-19, we want everyone to fully understand the need for action, perceive how that action mitigates different current problems, recognize the positive effects of that action, and know how to implement that action. The action itself is making random acts of kindness.
The coronavirus has brought this world to a halt. The accelerated speed of the virus has sent the country into drastic measures and has left the whole nation in a quarantine. The National Public Radio, NPR, is a nonprofit organization established by an act of Congress. The NPR statistics are updated on a regular basis, and as of May 2nd, there's been an increase of 29,078 cases, and just on May 2nd alone, there's been 1,426 deaths in the U.S. As a way to level off the increase of cases, state and federal authorities have emphasized a social distancing strategy, widely seen as the best available means to slow the spread of the virus. Most states have put in place measures such as closing schools and non-essential businesses and ordering citizens to stay at home as much as possible, end quote. There are a lot of statistics involving the coronavirus, but what exactly does all of this mean?
The statistics mean that the coronavirus has spread and is spreading at an alarming rate. The Washington Post contains several facts on the pandemic. Another institution regarding the spread of COVID-19 is the Johns Hopkins University in Medicine Coronavirus Resource Center. The CDC also contains information on this pandemic, and all three sources together collect information on how this virus is affecting our everyday lives. Like Kaylee's uncle, the coronavirus has claimed a significant number of lives. It was first detected near the end of the year 2019. Since that time, it has spread to the rest of the world, thus becoming a global pandemic. The coronavirus first originated in the country of China, and since that time it has caused the entire world to go on lockdown. Entirely new and often referred to as novel coronavirus, this virus can cause severe respiratory problems in individuals. According to the Washington Post, quote, according to the World Health Organization, coronaviruses are a large family of viruses that range from the common cold to much more serious diseases. Symptom severity ranges depending on the individual who contracts this virus. Severe symptoms of the coronavirus can include, but are not limited to, kidney failure, buildup of fluid in the lungs, coughs, shortness of breath, fever, chills, shaking muscles, muscle pain, headaches, sore throats, and loss of taste or smell. Experts do claim that the coronavirus is less deadly compared to other families of viruses such as SARS. However, epidemiologists are uncertain as to how deadly this virus could be. For example, individuals who are older or who have health issues are more at risk when it comes to catching this virus. According to Johns Hopkins University in Medicine, and up until the date of this recording, which is May 5th, 2020, there are about 3,646,206 cases of coronavirus worldwide. Of those cases, 1,199,238 are in the United States. The current death toll is about 255,486 lives claimed by this virus. Individuals should be concerned about this issue. The coronavirus is a global pandemic, meaning it affects everyone. As people remain home and struggle psychologically to process this information in isolation, COVID-19 continues to claim lives every day. We may not all be experts in medicine. However, we can still work together to slow the spread of COVID-19. First of all, we can adhere to the policies that were established to protect us. Secondly, we can strive to spread hope and cheerfulness by doing random acts of kindness in these times of uncertainty.
With the emergence of COVID-19, many people within the U.S. have had to self-isolate themselves because they have a higher risk of death from this virus. This has caused many people to feel isolated and scared during these challenging times, so it is our group's goal to think of ways to help these people through random acts of kindness. One way people are using random acts of kindness is pantry boxes in neighborhoods. In a news article, Heather Ruthiger, the person who got interviewed for starting the pantry boxes, stated, quote, "Hopefully if somebody is walking by, they are able to take what they need or fill it with what they don't need," end quote. This is just one way that someone can make a small difference and help people in need by donating food to those who are too afraid to go to the grocery store. Not only will these random acts of kindness help those in need, but also it is shown that there are health benefits from helping others. Christine Carter, who is a sociologist and senior fellow at UC Berkeley's Greater Good Science Center, states the following information, quote, "About half of the participants in one study reported that they feel stronger and more energetic after helping others," end quote. Also, she states, quote, "People 55 and older who volunteer for 2 or more organizations have an impressive 44% lower likelihood of dying early," end quote. Not only will these random acts of kindness help those in need, but it could also benefit those who are giving the help, so everyone wins. Not only can those who are not affected by the COVID-19 virus help, but also those who have recovered from the virus can also do their part. As more research is being done on ways to help patients with the coronavirus, there has been one method that is thought to be effective in fighting the virus: plasma therapy, which is where patients who have recovered donate their plasma and give it to those who still have the virus. One specific case of this happening is in Hollywood, Florida, with a doctor who became very ill from the disease and his only chance of surviving was to find a plasma donor. The doctor's family searched social media trying to find someone who could donate the plasma, and they found someone 80 miles away who had just beaten the virus. The article states the following, quote, "An administrator of a Miami seaport was just returning to work after a mild bout of the disease. He was in his office one morning when the phone rang. He picked up and received an urgent plea, 'Will you help save my brother?' The man ended up donating his plasma to the doctor, and he could potentially save the doctor's life because of it. This act shows how everyone can help in the battle against the coronavirus, and that kindness can be given from anyone with or without the virus."
So what are some of the positive effects that these random acts of kindness have on ourselves personally and our community? David R. Hamilton, a writer for the Random Acts of Kindness Foundation, finds that conducting these acts, as well as witnessing random acts of kindness, has been proven to boost our self-esteem, strengthen our immune system, and can reduce one's blood pressure. He provides an example that states, quote, "Witnessing acts of kindness produces oxytocin, occasionally referred to as the love hormone, which aids in lowering blood pressure and improving overall heart health," end quote. It doesn't just end there. Being kind in times like these also boosts our energy, overall happiness, and can reduce stress and anxiety.
Even with the coronavirus being such a hard time, there are things that we can do to help out.
There are many different ways that you can help during this epidemic. Helping others is a random act of kindness that you can easily accomplish. Without being able to physically check up on people, there are many other ways you can get around that. You can get on a FaceTime or a Zoom call and check in to make sure that everyone is okay. You can even just give them a phone call. This can help brighten anyone's day. This can help make sure that your family and friends know that you are there for them and can help them if they need it. This is a small gesture that could really help someone if they needed it. Many food banks are looking for support during this time. They need more volunteers, but even if you don't want to volunteer during this scary time, there are other ways that you can help them. They also need food donations to help keep up with the demand and the amount of food needed during this time. You could also help by donating to a food bank. They use this money to help provide families with food. According to the Feeding America organization, a nonprofit organization in the U.S. with a network of over 200 food banks, they have helped by launching the, quote, the COVID-19 Response Fund,
a national food and fundraising effort to support people facing hunger and the food banks who are helping them, partnering with school districts and local government agencies to ensure that the 22 million children who rely on school meals have access to the food outside of the classroom." End quote. These are just a few of the things that donating to the Feeding America organization would help with. These things can make such a big difference in people's lives. Meals on Wheels is another way that you can help. You can help by being a volunteer or donating to this organization. Meals on Wheels is an organization that is currently helping get meals to senior citizens to help keep them safe at home during COVID-19. Volunteers for Meals on Wheels pick up meals and drop them off at a senior citizen's house. By donating to this organization, you can help provide these meals for senior citizens to make sure they stay at home safe.
The coronavirus is affecting each and every one of us. The pandemic has caused quarantines to be implemented in an effort to slow the spread of the virus as well as avoid overwhelming the hospitals. Meanwhile, people like you and me have feelings of anxiety and uncertainty during these difficult times.
There are a wide range of different random acts of kindness that can be carried out, and in doing so, everyone can be better off.
Committing random acts of kindness has been proven to improve our self-esteem and to improve many other aspects of our lives. Changing our mindset and focusing on what we can do to help others may help us make it through this pandemic with less uncertainty.
There are a few ways that you can help during this scary time. You can help by just giving a phone call to a family or friend. You can help by donating to the Feeding America organization or volunteering for them. You can help by volunteering or donating to the Meals on Wheels organization to help make sure senior citizens are being fed.
The coronavirus has caused much distress in our world as it continues to spread. We have all been negatively impacted by this virus. However, we live at this time for a reason. We have the potential to make a positive impact on our communities. Let's make that impact by doing random acts of kindness to add optimism in these times of uncertainty.